Hello and welcome to my channel, Inviting Possibilities. My name is Rochelle, and I am doing the weekly reading for the collective. It is timeless and general, so take what resonates. And if it really doesn't, feel free to check out any of my other videos. They're all timeless and all placements too, just like this one. Rebecca made it. Thanks for being here. Good morning. And thanks to all of you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. I am so grateful. I'm going to start with the Kipper deck and see what the Kipper deck has to say, and then dive in with some other decks. Remember that this is, whenever you catch this video, it is for the coming week for you. Okay, so Kipper, what do you have for us? Pathway 35. I think this came up last week. And the sun made it. Hello. Thanks for joining. False person 8. And interesting that pathway is 35, which breaks down to an 8 as well. And JoJo made it. Hello. Thanks for joining. And then courtship number 4. Journey number 10. This card's been showing up a fair amount over the last few weeks. And main female number 2. This false person here. See, okay, so I'm reading the pathway as, you know, it's heading into the unknown, but with it all lit up like this, it's something that is it's a positive new direction, especially with the butterflies there. It's very transformative. And so it makes me think that the false person is either going to be somebody who has been wearing a mask, whether this is you or somebody you've been dealing with, and through heading in a new direction, it requires taking the mask off, or the mask will come off. It could speak to learning to be more authentic to who you are, or this pathway is leading you away from a false person, from somebody who has been devious in some way, somehow not being honest about who they are, what they want, this kind of thing. I feel like through this transformation, whatever that looks like for you, it leads to this courtship and ultimately this journey. You could literally be meeting somebody new, romantically speaking, or taking things to the next level, deciding to go on a trip together. I'm definitely getting this sense of leaving this false person behind. Whether you're leaving a relationship or you're leaving somebody in your life that that hasn't been on the up and up. But again, it can also be you. You know, the false person, it can simply be where you've always felt like you needed to um, be a certain way, show up in a certain way. And through letting your guard down, through taking off the mask and just showing up. We get some kitty confirmation. They're starting to go crazy here. um, that it it allows you to be able to learn to be vulnerable and to share yourself with someone in particular. Um, Courtship, it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be, it's the idea of getting to know somebody. I just got getting to know somebody all over again. So maybe this is somebody you're dealing with who's been wearing a mask and they're taking it off. And you're like, okay, let's we're starting from scratch. We're starting over. We're heading on this journey, whether it's a literal journey or it's this kind of metaphorical like journey in the relationship, in the connection. Yeah. And main female, this can this can be you or the person that you are connecting to, where through this journey, through learning about each other, discovering new parts, new I can't think of the word. Yeah. um Learning about each other in a new way. There's this kind of becoming the main female. You know, you go from courtship to this very it's moving to the next level in your life, or someone is becoming s- um th- they're becoming your main person. They have your attention more than anybody else, whether it's romantic or business partner or a new friend or something. Okay. As always, take it as it resonates. You know your story best. So let me go with the Osho Zen Tarot. Hey, Redbeard made it. Awesome. Thank you for joining. And Sabrina the Lovers is here. Hello. Okay. We've got the burden, 6 of air. Politics, 7 of air. Talk about the mask, huh? The creator said in Marvin the Martian voice. That is the king of fire. No thingness, number 5, which is uh, Hierophant, right? Which is Taurus energy. And possibilities, 2 of fire. Fire. Hey, and Mojo Tarot is here too. Just launched his new channel. Check that out. Um, mm, mm, mm. Yeah, there is something here around, especially with these two. It's like somebody has been on your back. It's interesting too, because here we have with pathway and false person, It really lines up with these two. The pathway, I mean, it could be where, you know, the pathway, like the direction you've been heading, has been dictated by somebody else at the expense of you, of your energy. You've been carrying someone else who has had some kind of hidden agenda, who has not had good intentions. But regardless of how this situation has been, that you've been kind of driven by someone else to get somewhere, to get them somewhere, through this process, it has made you discover your own power. It has made you realize that, in doing this, you've lost your energy, you've lost your power. It's been so heavy, and you kind of wake up. You get to this point where you realize, wait a second, I have everything I need within me. I, th- you know, the third chakra all lit up here is all about personal power. And this illumination is kind of like, this is dropping the burden. This is realizing I don't have to carry anybody else. I don't have to follow somebody else's um, um, can't think of the word. I'm getting dictates. I don't know if that's right. Um, they're, somebody else calling the shots. I'm going to call the shots now because you see behind the mask. The courtship could speak to a courtship with yourself, getting to know yourself in a whole new way. Or if this is you dropping the mask, you're realizing where you haven't been authentic, where you've been trying to get someone else to do your bidding. I don't know though. Maybe it's the kind of thing where you were dealing with somebody who was calling the shots, and you felt you had to wear a mask. You had to hide where you know, behind some kind of false persona in order to keep yourself safe. But regardless, this is taking off the mask. This is like, okay, I'm taking control here. I have the power. I've got the power. And so, with nothingness, this is where all possibilities exist. This is the place of nothing, which is everything. This is where possibilities are, you know, not where they're born, but where they're cultivated, tapped into the possibilities. The possibilities are there's a choice here. There's a journey. Somehow this is about gaining your freedom with that eagle there, seeing from a different vantage point, going somewhere else. If you've ever traveled to another city, another country, somewhere different than where you normally live, you see how other people live. You see different things. It expands you. It opens your mind to the idea that there's a big world out there. And this is this somehow is leading you. It's like the path is leading you to the path, like continuing on the journey, because the more you see, the more you realize how much there is to see. You're being awakened. It's yeah, wow. It's very interesting. Okay. So let me go with the good tarot. Oh, cards are falling as usual. Actually, I want to put these down here because they're really such an interesting alignment. And the two, oh, that's interesting too. The possibilities in the main female. So maybe there is somebody that you are heading in a new direction with. I mean, that courtship could speak to the false person courting somebody and then realizing that there's either somebody here who you discover, helps you discover your own, like they give you that boost, they help to support you, encourage you, or through being with them you discover they deplete you. Either way, it's the same result, you discovering your own power. Okay, we've got patience, temperance card, that's Sagittarian energy. Six of earth. Nine of fire. Four of earth. And two of air. Okay, hang on. These are big. I can't hold them all up. Oh, God. And everything's falling. Oh, well. Okay. So, get these in order here. So there's a need. Okay. So the patience card, the temperance card, it's having patience with yourself as you go on this journey, as you follow this pathway. There are things that you may not know in this moment that will come to you, that will be illuminated. And a part of this journey is it's finding your balance. Learning where you've had an energy leak, where you've been giving away your power. All will be revealed in good time. And and the patient speaks to knowing, like a kind of developing faith and trust that um, you will be provided for on your journey. This is about unexpected gifts, um, things coming your way, showing up on the path to help you continue forward. And there's caution and uncertainty here, as there would be with any kind of journey, and you don't know what's around the corner. um Typically we humans are uncomfortable with the unknown. Forces us to surrender, it forces us to, um it brings up a lot of fear. and but it's all about kind of learning to acknowledge the fear and move forward anyway. And that's a part of regaining your power. She's got these red stars here, and it's like understanding, it's like incorporating something that seems scary at first, but then it's like as you face your fear, as you move forward, it becomes a part of who you are. You integrate it and realize that you can handle what's around the corner regardless of what it is. Even when you don't know, it's fine that you don't know. It's a part of the adventure. um and kind of there's this need to ground yourself. Interesting that we end with a two again, because the female and the main female and the possibilities are both twos. And the last card again is a two. We have triple twos, which speak to balance, which speak to partnership, also duality. If there is duality in a partnership, something that you're experiencing that is off, this can speak to like a stalemate with somebody. But, it's like this is you gathering your resources, being very, possibly being frugal, but also it speaks to ownership, being being aware of what's important to you. What do you really want to hang on to in the material world? What is what is what it is what it what do you want to pack in your suitcase? You can't bring everything. You need to bring the necessary things for the journey. And maybe, I don't know, this two, hang on a second. Let me just two of air. Where are you? Stalemate, uncertainty. Oh, we have uncertainty again. Uncertainty in considering your options. Yeah, because with all this uncertainty here, this is why there's a need for patience. Because you don't know what you don't know, but you know that you don't know something. It's like, um it's like doing what you can do to help yourself on your journey. No, and kind of having to trust that that's enough. Whatever you know in this moment is enough to get you to the next kind of the next point along your journey, where then there's going to be something there, some kind of gift or assistance from a person, or somehow the universe is going to provide, um and you'll continue, you have options. As you move forward, you reach these forks in the road, and you're like, which way do I go? This way or that way? What's most important to me? Spending time going within. Maybe you're meditating more, maybe, or at all. Maybe you're doing some kind of energy work that is, um, I don't know, like even yoga or something, where you're learning how to tap into your chi, that essence of you, that energy that keeps you that not just keeps you alive, but gives you that purpose for moving forward. Okay, so I am going to pick some cards from the Spirit Animal Oracle. We've got Wolf Spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. I love that. I love that distinction. You can know things without being very wise. Um, it's sort of it's that idea of um, like spouting out a lot of the knowledge that you have. Like some people um, like to they talk a good game. They they like to make people think that they know a lot in order to get appreciation or acceptance. But true wisdom um, comes from a place where you've taken that knowledge and you've integrated it, and you come to an understanding where you don't have to prove yourself to anybody but yourself. That's a part of turning that knowledge into wisdom. And elephant spirit, learn from the past. Learn from the mask wearers, including where you felt you needed to wear a mask. Learn from those experiences where you felt manipulated and controlled, or where you felt you needed to do that in order to get what you want. Learning from the past. I was going to say from the path. That's a part of the path. Recognizing where you've come from and and understanding that it's a part of the journey. Part of the journey leading you where you need to go. Oh, 67 and 25. Oh, and we've got mouse spirit. Tend to the small things. 40. Which, yeah, my cats. This is the one card in this deck that my cats chewed on. I think that's hilarious. Um, tend to the small things, and I don't know. We keep having these interesting number things. Like the third. This is the third card out, which reduces to a 4, and the third card out is courtship. Tend to the small things. So maybe you need to tend to um, a relationship, a connection that you have with somebody. Maybe I feel like it speaks to. I don't know. This feels it feels like I just keep getting something coming back around again because of the mask coming off. The mask coming off. The small things, those quiet moments with someone where you can really settle in and connect with them, where you're not pulled away from each other, from the connection by the busyness of life and all the things. Taking time to just appreciate the small things. And if this is a courtship with yourself, it's the same kind of thing. It's those small things, that it's those quiet moments where you're able to contemplate, where you're able to tap into that personal power and see the possibilities, or recognize that there are possibilities available to you that you didn't see before. But that's what leads you in this new direction. Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Number 6. This is that practical energy. Yeah, Kitty agrees. um, mhm. You're laying the foundation to be able to build on. A solid foundation is something you can always come back to. That's a part of the journey. And that's a part of what makes these possibilities come into focus. And we have Antelope Spirit. Life is speeding up. Number 2, the last card again. So we have 4 twos. Every single, yeah, every single set of cards that I've pulled have ended in 2. Life is speeding up. You will feel uncertain um, as you go. That is normal and it's fine. It's nothing to get worried about. Um, Lots of, yeah, fours, sixes, twos. There is, it's learning to fall back on 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 yourself, being self-reliant, being very practical, and paying attention to the direction you're going. Ultimately, it will continue, and that's why you need the solid foundation, because things are going to get faster and faster. It speeds up because you gain this new vantage point. You gain this freedom, this ability to see far. Just, you still can't see over the ridge, but now you can see the path in a whole new way. You see above the trees. So let me finish with a chakra card. Heart chakra, compassion. I see all things through eyes of love in my heart. I find compassion and understanding for those who are struggling and misaligned with themselves. Whoa, that's interesting. Find compassion and understanding with those who are misaligned with themselves, their higher wisdom and purpose. You're gaining some kind of higher wisdom. And a part of that has to do with your ability to be able to see, have this broader vision. I am kind and compassionate with myself and others and forgive myself for my judgments. I am compassionate because we are human and we do make judgments, not always in our favor or others. And it's okay when that happens. As long as you remain aware, recognize that and say, "Oh, there I go again. I need to get back in my own lane. People are going to do what they're going to do, and it's not up to me to determine what they should or shouldn't do. This is about what I should or shouldn't do." And that's a part of laying the foundation as well. Tending to the small things, to your attitudes about things. And in doing that, things will speed up. And you're going to, I don't know, your journey has to do with your heart and your personal power expanding. Wow, what a week. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and week, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah. And thanks again so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing.